I'm really getting the vibe that these people were not actually doing research. Like, what the hell is this?
I've been meaning to ask, what brought you here to the simulation?
Steam? How you doing, bud? All right, 10 out of 10. Great game. Great game. All right, who's ready to solve some puzzles? I am today going to solve some puzzles. Okay, so last I remember, part 1 of Viewfinder, I was a person. Does my character even have a name? I know that I'm partnered with Jesse out in the real world, out in the red world, which is Earth, but far along the climate disaster. They are digging back through the archives of a sort of 3D environment, like a VR environment, that a small team of researchers were using to try to come up with ideas to solve the climate crisis. I don't really know how, because one of them was just an artist and was just drawing pictures of plants. But it seems like part of their solution might have involved plants to a heavy degree. We saw some prototypes for filtration systems and stuff like that. So maybe we'll learn more about that. We got through the first hub, and now we're going to Hiraya's hub. And it seems like she was the real botanical mind of the bunch. Botanical? Did I say botanical? All right, great. Oh, and also Kate. We found Kate, which is...
Glad to find out that's how they got around.
Which is a cat. An unpettable quantum cat. Okay, so yeah, this is our new environment. It took some time looking around last time, so I think we can just get right into the puzzle solving this time. I just have to find the starting point, which perhaps is over here? Yes.
This must be the next set. Maybe we'll find out more.
Sorry to cut you off, Jesse. Maybe we will find out more about this, about the work being done here. I like that structure. It's got a really nice shape to it. We got some cassettes here. It seems like Hiraya really enjoyed music. What? Oh. We're gonna be doing some perspective stuff? Yeah. Wow. Oh, interesting. And so that's not even something that I have to actively do. I just have to find myself in the correct position, and then it cuts through in that moment. That's cool. I'll never take the art of walking into your work for granted. Something that I sort of picked up on last time is that I think these post-it notes are color-coded by the person who wrote them, but I haven't paid close enough attention to know who is which. Okay, so if we come back around here, let's cut through. Oh, I love a good rain. Here in Austin, we just had a whole month of a fair amount of rain, which has been really nice. Ah, I see.
Nice one. Huh? That's weird. Sorry, the simulation is really buggy on my end.
Previously, the bugs were happening during a sort of recursive episode with photos of photos of photos. That might not be happening here, but we are getting a similar bug. What a nice space. There's a little bit less control with this mechanic in particular, because you have to be in one spot looking in one way in order for the effect to take hold. Rather than with the photo, you can just kind of project it anywhere you want. So I do wonder how they will build puzzles out of this. So clearly this wants a higher perspective. I'm sure this stage is just sort of introducing the idea. Oh, Kate. How you doing, bud? I can pet Kate. Ah. And the controller rumbled and everything. All right, 10 out of 10. Great game. Great game. I'm satisfied. Yoink. That's all I ever wanted. Yellow?
Oh, thank God you answered. It's me. I don't know how it happened, but somehow I lost direct communication with you. Live comms don't seem to be working where you are.
This is literally just the Matrix. They do this in the Matrix. You need a landline, and then people outside the simulation can talk to you. That's so funny.
Should be fine, though. We can talk using this method, as long as you pick up. I'll try to leave voicemails if you can't.
Okay.
I've been monitoring your vitals in the system, so I'll keep you posted as you wander along. Good luck in there.
Sounds great. See you later. Log.
These are interesting experiments, and I like that they're reliant on creativity. There's a lot of creativity in nature. Unexplainable things that uproot themselves and find purchase. I'll make sure to keep an eye out and see how this experiment might blossom.
Cool little computer console here. Oh, and we're mixing in photos as well. Okay. Cool. You have some sort of molecule here. And the roots of a plant. Show diagram 121C to Aaron. He'll laugh hard enough to wet himself. I'll take your word on it. So I assume I need this photo to cut through to here, so that way I can see the other side of that, which will project a thing here. That'll cut a pretty big hole in the ground. I don't necessarily want to do. Okay. All it takes is one seed. And some persistence in watering, and also light. It might take a little more than just one seed. Cool. And we have another. All your hard work has led you to this moment. We're going to change the world. I see. Okay. So I need to go back in time, and I need to also cut out this structure to get far enough back to be able to see this. Okay. I can do that. So we'll just cut out something like that. I'll be a little bit less precious about preserving the architecture. There we go. Even further still? Unless, hold on. Okay, let's go. A little bit of platforming. Okay, so this is about as far back as I need to be, I think. Am I tripping? There's no crouch mechanic, is there? Oh, there we go. Dude, I was overcomplicating things. All right, cool.
Seeing you walk around this place brings back memories.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Kate. Little pet. So even though the sort of perspective slats don't offer as much creative freedom as the photograph projections, they do offer a constraint. And a constraint means that you have to use the photograph projections in a very particular way in order to progress. Okay, so it looks like we have some color filters or something to that effect. Pull lever. Okay. R, G, and B. All right, I need to get over there at some point. Always a pleasure to watch a master at work. Breathtaking. Paint me next. Thought-provoking. Let me see the other side.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very good. I'm really getting the vibe that these people were not actually doing research. Like, what the hell is this? You guys are supposed to be solving the climate crisis, and you're doing fun picture puzzles. Am I right, Kate? The hell were these guys on about?
But doesn't two pair beat three of a kind?
Not in 5-card draw.
Nor in Texas Hold'em.
There are no Texans here. I fail to see why we should play by their rules.
It's more about statistical rarity than culture, I believe.
Yeah, you know, a mass thing. Just to speed. Who needs to bluff when you can count cards?
When you put it that way, I suppose I can see the appeal.
Again, like, they're just playing cards. They're just playing cards and making fun puzzles for each other. Now, look, you can't work all day, every day. You do need some downtime in order to actually maintain productivity. But I'm seeing a lot more downtime than I am seeing of productivity. Fruit trees, or healing trees like the bagras, antiseptic leaves. Practical suggestions only, please. I second Hiraya's bagras tree idea. It is one of nature's most awe-inspiring designs. Okay, so green is Hiraya. I'm guessing because this one is so agreeable to Hiraya, it's Aaron's, probably. Plant-based biofilters. I wish a character in this game would pronounce this character's name so I would know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to say Leung? Leung. I don't know. I would like to learn, though. Leung, to model a biofiltration system. Okay, so that's what I've been seeing bits and pieces of, presumably. Biochar batch testing. These are schematics for the levers. You can pick up cards. Wait, am I going to project the card? Brainstorming. How to use our screen printing and mural successes. Mural orchards? Mirror it. Dream big but remain practical. Paradox. Strawberries? Windowsill code we can apply back home. Okay, those are words. Hiraya to code biochar soil variants. She doesn't look happy. I'll paint her a bagras tree anyway. Potential colors for Hiraya's bagras tree. Oh, is the bagras tree that big tree in the middle? Okay, what's back here? Lever? Thank goodness the sensible ideas guy tagged along for the meeting. You mean the outrageously handsome guy with the killer dress sense? I take it back. Okay. All right, so we have red, we have blue. Those are mixed together, of course, with purple. We're getting some additive color science happening here. We just need green. Did I listen to this?
At some point, we must realize that what we build with our hands is not enough. But to truly bring something to life, we must breathe life into it ourselves. There is no life in calculations on a board or in numbers on a screen. But there's life in our hands. The way we hold, the way we care.
Okay. I feel like that is at odds with some of our practical, pragmatic folks over there. This is more about a way to conduct yourself she's talking about. Again, guys, we're dealing with climate science. Maybe there is a method to their approach. All right, put it all together. Yoink. All right, that's cool. But I do want to see if I can project this. Whoa. Gate. I wonder if there is a secret on this map. And that is why I have been provided these. I put down both playing cards. I got kind of close. To one of these. Oh, and I cut through the pipe. But I can now platform. That has a really nice electrical hum to it. Or buzz. Which leads me to wonder, what are these antennae for? What signal are they projecting and to where? All right, time to leave. All right, back to the hub. Let's carry on to the next one. Hi, Kate. Okay, so I need to flip myself at some point. Let's make our way down here. This plant is defying all logic. It seems to be suspended above the soil. Oh. Press X to use camera, left trigger to look through Viewfinder. Okay, and I can't do anything as I'm looking through it other than use it. Ah. Okay.
I believe their name is Melanie.
Ah.
Some of Hiraya's more playful work.
Hiraya seems like a goofy lady. Okay, so now I can use these stairs to access a different area. Ooh, this is nice. Very cozy, very comfortable. You look like you're in the zone, so I'll come back later. See ya, Aaron. Volatile minerals for next round of biochar tests. Please work. More vermiculite for this test batch. That checks out, I'm guessing. Excellent growth. Move to phase 2 planter with the others. Examine. My dreams are too practical, and my plans are too dreamlike. Mirren said as much to me the other day when I joked that if the master hard drive goes up in smoke, we'll always have our memories if it doesn't take us along for the ride. Personally, I've found my excellent double pun to be funny. She was not amused. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't see the double pun. I'll assume that that's on me. It's just as well that there's no winning a game of words with her. A long time ago, I learned that only results can make a certain type of person pay attention. Lady, we're talking about saving humanity. Yeah, results are the thing that matters, not your puns. Get your priorities in line. Hiraya? Luckily, the biochar experiments are going better than expected. Soon I'll have interesting findings to share. Now, if I can just stabilize my soil variables, the loop I've programmed might have a chance of crossing over into our world. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do something like that, perhaps. Oh, and look at all this space back here. Nice. Okay, a log.
I've been running these biochar experiments for a few days now. Every time I think I finally achieved the perfect soil composition and nutrition, as soon as I mimic future climate conditions, poof, my work falls apart. It's disheartening, but not enough to slow me down. There must be something I'm missing. Maybe I can talk to Mirin about it.
Yeah. It's called collaboration, Hiraya. And it's important in any sort of scientific endeavor. You need to have open communication with your collaborators. Hey, what happens if I take a photo of Kate?
Be sure to catch my good side, all right?
I tried. You're not in the photo.
Excellent shot.
Thanks. Good cat. Okay. I've not noticed any collectibles. I know last time they had the collectible ducks. I wonder if they will have more ducks or a similar but different collectible for this zone. Improvement. Back down to 1 dose to maintain root quality. Hiraya leaves a lot of notes for herself. Specimen B, visible growth, control specimen, no change. Metabolic flux conversion, risky but acetate synthesis is ideal. Specimen B stalled growth, control specimen no change. Back to the drawing board, increasing biochar doses to prepare for restart. Low acetate levels? I'm going to pretend like all this is just going to check out at some point. Okay. So we have a log to listen to. We have a battery to grab. To bring over here, we need 2 batteries. And right now, all I have at my disposal is this photograph. Perfect. I'll pick that up momentarily. Hi, Kate. Oh, orange magnet. I thought I was picking up the book. I didn't realize I was picking up an orange, so I didn't even really get a good look at it.
I feel like Leung, but I have a solution to this.
Leung.
Ay. This mess of my own making. He must know what Mirin has been working on, squirreled away in her own little corner. Maybe I can find a way to help. That might put us back on good terms.
Mending relationships often felt harder for Hiraya than tending to her plants. I wonder why she always put in the effort despite that.
I mean, if you're stuck in an environment with 3 other people until the end of time, then it's kind of important. Oh, I see. So I need to... Yes. Okay. I need to take a photo. I need to build up in this direction. That might be a little too high. Yeah, okay. It's a little too high. So we're going to try that again. We're going to go a little bit lower. Perfect. I'm going to take this battery. I'm going to drop it here. And then we're going to take another photo.
That's quite the clever solution.
Thanks. I imagine it's probably the only solution for this puzzle. But I will accept the compliment nonetheless. Because I am the puzzle god. Let's go.
I've been meaning to ask, what brought you here to the simulation?
Steam.
Not that I mind the company. On the contrary, really. I find you to be quite adventurous.
Oh, thanks.
Fun.
It means a lot coming from a cat. Ah, pet. It really is extraordinary how just having that pet option just floods my brain with that good feeling of petting an animal.
Oh, I remember this. Hiraya once told me that there's power in nurturing something. I'm uncertain by what she meant, but you seem to have a handle on things.
Is this gonna be gigantic? Oh, over here. Okay. So, photo over here, 2 photos here. At least 1 photo over here, presumably. So I can take photos this way. What am I striving for? So I need to get here, which means I probably need to take a photo of that and flip it. Right. So I need access to this camera to take a photo of this camera so I can project this camera flipped upside down. Or not flipped upside down, but pointing in this direction so I can take a photo of this ending so that way I can flip it upside down, project that photo out somewhere. So I just need access to this camera. It's a little too high. Oh. It's very close. I guess there's nothing over there. I can pretty freely project this. Let me in. There we go. It's kind of bizarre. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Oh no! Rest in peace to this plant. I feel like there's got to be some achievement or something for getting this plant actually grown up to a proper size or something like that. But we have other puzzles to solve. Maybe I'll come back at some point and do this properly. Okay, so I took a photo of it like this. I need to project a photo of it like this. Okay, that's probably close. Let's give that a shot. Oh, spot on. Spot on. Yeah, and it did erase everything out here, but that's okay. Okay, coming through. Puzzle solved. All right, that was cool. That was cool. Getting slightly more complex.
I was being genuine earlier. I'd like to help you look. The founders left plenty of records of their work here, in case they were to ever come back. I wonder... Well, I hope it'll be of some use to you.
Hey, Kate, can you just, like, tell me what it is I'm looking for? Can you tell me where it's at? You're the record keeper. You seem to know a whole lot. But you're just enjoying being mysterious.
Hiraya did leave in a hurry.
Why is that? Like, left the simulation? Or left her biome? Left her hub? Okay, we have a battery. One battery, we need two. We have a perspective projection. Oh, well.
Down the rabbit hole it goes.
Okay, well, obviously, we need to do that. And then plug up the hole. Also, vanishing Kate in the process. Sorry.
Brilliant catch. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Thanks. I'm kind of an expert at puzzles, so, you know. Did I miss anything? I sort of speed ran that a little bit. Any orange slices or something? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was it. Skedaddle. Oh, we've got a phone.
Hey, you answered. I've been trying to look ahead, but the simulation is a bit of a maze. You're the only one that can navigate it.
Sounds
If I were to guess, though, what remains of all their research should be scattered around you. And if I were a delicate machine that could solve climate change, I'd be deep in a lab somewhere. Anyway, I'll do my best out here. Find that machine, all right? I'm cheering you on.
Thanks, Jesse.
A delicate machine. Something to do with climate.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar.
I would hope so.
Is that what she's been working on? How foolish can she be?
I don't think it's foolish at all. Insanely ambitious. Sure.
You must tell her. You know that, right? This would be soul-crushing. Real bad. Not something even an artificial cat can improve.
I'll talk to her, but try having a little faith.
Something ambitious, but bad and devastating. So my first thoughts are terraforming another planet, but I don't know that that fully matches up with the description. Maybe she's trying to figure out a way to just have everybody in this simulation. It's so nice in here. Why can't everybody just live in here instead of the real world? Something like that. I mean, that was kind of one of my early thoughts anyway. I see. Ah. This breaks the line. So we can't do that. I mean, I could grab this, but if I go back in time, yeah, it won't work. Okay, so time to puzzle solve. Malfunctioning soil. Show Leung? Leung? I believe is how they pronounced it previously. Examine. The problem isn't that my plants are dying. It's that they don't die without being told to do so. I wish that I could set foot in this place to find a dead flower awaiting my return. Yeah, you can't do a whole lot of actual real-world problem solving if you're not fighting against the logistical constraints of the real world. Sort of like I said in part one, not only is there some joy in having to water the plants to know that they will grow and you had active participation in that growth, but if plants not growing due to lack of water is a problem, you can't solve that problem if they just grow anyway. It's not a good experiment if it always results in one outcome no matter what variables you change. The results of my experiments live in the dozens of file archives I've made here. I'm handing over all documentation of soil failures to Leung so they can see the bigger picture. As usual, I fear my best work will only show itself in my conclusion. Leung is my hope that this won't have to be the case. Our world just isn't a world without cycles we can't control. That is so true, Queen. So true. So Hiraya is like, I can't work under these conditions. You're asking me to devise a solution without being able to properly see the effects of the problem. Understandable. I would be quite frustrated as well. Okay, we have a camera here. Ah, I see. I see. Improved biofiltration designs. Thank you for sharing your soil sample code. Okay, so we need to take a photo of this. Grab that. Wait, how many do we need? We need 2 batteries, and this only provides 1. Okay, I'm going to go back in time. No, I can't go back in time. I have to do this first. I will have to use both of these charges. Okay, so now I have a sort of backup exit. Now I need to take another photo. Okay, grab this. So now I have 2 batteries. Okay. But then also, I have a viable exit. See you later. What is this music? Is this diegetic? Oh, I think, was that the tram? Perhaps? Damn, did I just blast through that? Optional challenge. Gotta do them. Okay, we have a sideways exit, which means we'll probably have to take a photo of that exit at some point somehow. Susie Sue would be proud, but you can't keep stealing all my rigger brushes. Sacrifices must be made to achieve the perfect anti-establishment eyeliner. Okay. Apple magnet. Oh, so they're different fruits. Okay. I did miss 2 of them. Okay, use camera. Will the camera preserve things on the other side of it as long as they're within the field of view? Even though it doesn't actually have direct line of sight with it? I wonder. So if I were to say, you know, project it directly up, that's what I would need. Is there some low point from which I can access it? There were 2 charges, because if I project it up, well, I will need to climb onto something to reach it. Let's kind of get it in between them. That's quite high up. So now, let's a matter of how do I get high enough up to actually reach it. Oh, you know, I could project it slightly angled. And this would still work. It would still consider it upright, even if it's not perfectly flat. That would allow it to be a little bit easier to access. Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking I walk over here or something like that. I sacrifice these two support structures and then I sort of angle it down a little bit so that way I can jump from there to there to there on top, and then I can use this one angled to get onto that. Perhaps? Okay, so I'm just going to take 2 photos back to back. I don't think there's anything else in this environment that I could actually move, so I don't have to worry about taking the right kinds of photos. This is also technically the highest up location, just using the base materials. So maybe I can use this to scale higher locations, perhaps. And if I come down here, it will be a little bit lower to the ground, but I think I need it to be angled a bit like this. Okay, that's pretty close to flush with that pillar. All right, so now I think I just need a way to get up. Maybe doing something like this, because there is a thickness to the wall. I don't know. I can't jump too terribly high. I'll give this a shot, but I don't think I'll quite be able to make it. No. I like this idea. It's just a matter of actually getting up there. I wonder if I'm not fully considering some of these other elements, right? Like this photo, I think, is capturing this area of ground as well. And maybe I can use that. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing sort of the underside of that. Yeah, so here I could just straight up walk on it. That's got to be important. Oh. Maybe even something like this. So if I'm back here, perhaps it'll be far enough. Okay, jump here. Oh, I'm quite close, but not all the way there. Stuck. Never. Okay, now unfortunately I'm realizing as I'm up here trying to jump, I'm realizing that there's no world in which I can platform from this jump to that jump. That is not happening. So I'm starting to seriously doubt my placement of this original platform. Oh, I wonder if... Okay, I might want to try this. I wonder if there's a way to sort of project an angled version here. Oh, that's not going to work. I was thinking maybe I could do an angled version here, slide down here to project a flat version up top, and then climb back up. Unfortunately, I've positioned in such a way that I cannot climb back up. But then it would be much closer to the ground level. I mean, I could also do this. Caught in the act, place a photo while falling and land on it. So you could do something like that, and now it's flush with the ground. Unfortunately, there's I'm not seeing any reasonable way to get back up without rewinding, and once I rewind, it will unplace that photo. Okay, I guess all I'm really trying to do is trying to get this teleporter upright. I don't necessarily need the whole wall. Okay, so maybe I was a little presumptive in getting just these base photos earlier because I assumed that because I can't move anything, this is really all I could take a photo of. But I could take a sort of recursive photo. So I could project this. Like, let's stand up here. It's dead center. It's right on the other side of this guy. This sort of centerpiece. I just need to make sure that the centerpiece is in frame. And now there's some angle to it. If I take a photo of this, now it's a lot easier. Wow, I really overcomplicated that. Wow. Good puzzle. Good puzzle. This is a classic case of just making an assumption early on without actually testing it yourself, and then basically eliminating all other possibilities only to realize that I falsely eliminated a real possibility. All right, great. Good optional challenge. I like that one a lot. Where are my collectibles stored at? Where the hell are they? Okay, well, they said they were magnets, right? So do they have a refrigerator or something like that over here in the kitchen area? They did. Oh, okay, there they are. Okay, so we have the apple and the orange. Orange. But I think we're missing two. I don't know where they are. I'm just gonna do a quick scan. Oh, wow. I just noticed that the music is a sort of washed out in reverb version of the hub music. That's kind of a cool detail. Wow, I beat the game. Tomodatchi. I beat it. Whoa. It's sparking because I cut in half. Magnet. I'm looking for a magnet. Surely there's a magnet in this one, right? All right. And that's another magnet. That's a lemon. Mango. Of course. That means one magnet left. I don't think it's in the optional challenge, is it? I think it's probably in the first place. Ah! Banana magnet. Love that. Okay, I got all the magnets. Sick.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Oh, wait. Oh, I think this is voicemail. So weird. Sorry about this. I've been trying to get back in contact with you. We should be able to communicate through this method, though. I'll keep trying to call. On the bright side, I've been monitoring your vitals in the system, and we're still green on my end.
Great.
I'll keep you posted if anything changes. Good luck in there.
Thanks. See you later. No longer my problem. Let's go to the refrigerator. Ah. Lovely. And then I guess similar to last time, I will go ahead and just take a sneak peek at the next hub.
We're heading towards the workspace of a masterful engineer. See, Leung, much like the others, settled in quickly here.
Okay.
The batteries, the teleporters, that's all thanks to his handiwork. Though, he wouldn't accept the compliment directly.
Sounds like a smart dude. My kind of place.
I'm sure you'll find something useful here. One step closer to solving a possible question, right?
Very minty, teal, turquoise. Is this like a traffic light? This is just a blank sign. Gotta get the art department over here. Where's Aaron when you need him? AI, artificial information. Oh yeah, a little workspace. Oh, desks with outlets built into them. Although, you know, while I do give a lot of credit where credit is due, look at these outlets. There are a billion outlets. I love that. However, who's storing their tape like this? Except for me right now, literally right now. But that's because I had to tape up my bathroom mirror, which fell over yesterday before I could get maintenance to come in and properly secure it to the wall. So I just had it stacked up so that way maintenance could actually use it. But you don't want your tape stored like this. It's gonna stick together over time. What if you had multiple types of tape? First of all, they've only got one type of tape here. This looks like, oh, what kind of tape is this? And this is like paper tape or something like that? I forget. But you need multiple types of tape. You need your duct tape, your gaffer's tape, your clear packaging tape, your painter's tape, your paper tape. There's probably others. I think they've got like an aluminum tape or something like that. There's a whole bunch of different types of tape, and if you have a bunch of different types of tape, which you should have if you're somebody who uses tape often, then you want it so that all of your tapes can be accessed without having to move other tapes. So there's probably like a wall-mounted solution that you could use for that. But you don't just want them stacked up. At the very least, tilt them 90 degrees on end, and then you basically have a cylinder going this way, right? A cylinder going left and right. And then you could just roll off whichever roll of tape you actually want to use at that given point in time. It'll take up the exact same amount of space. It'll actually take up a lot less desk space, a lot less surface area on the desk. And then you could also, if you wanted to access this bottom middle one, you could just roll it off because there's nothing above it. What are you doing? This is for soldering, right? Something like that. Lamp. Microscope, of course. Sure. Always got a microscope in your woodworking shop. Hey, I get it. You have so many assets that you've made for the game. You want to reuse them. But I also like to think in universe, Leung, I like to think he is also a little bit of, a scientist, not just an engineer. They're sort of multidisciplinarians. He's the one who said that he had good fashion sense, so he leaves his sunglasses all over the place. Okay, a PCB with some components. Cool. Electrical engineering is its own side of things. I don't understand it. I wish I did. This food is probably old as hell, but I guess it's also a simulation, so it probably doesn't go bad. Right? That's something Hiraya was lamenting, was that her plants weren't dying when she didn't water them. Same probably goes for food. Okay, let's go up. bird cages. See a big bird guy? Is this mahjong or something like that? It's at least reminiscent. What's going on over here? Oh, this is the tram. We're back to the beginning. Oh, and there's a spot up there as well. I was about to say, this feels quite a bit smaller than the other areas, to be honest. But I think it's just densely packed. 1 kilogram. That's not very heavy. Buddy. Oh, okay. You've got heavier weights over here. Okay, great. I was about to say, if all you have to weight train in here is 1 kilogram dumbbells, you're probably not building much muscle mass. Whoa, I can move this around. Cool. 10 out of 10 game. That's really all it takes for me. Oh, that actually kind of works a little bit in the way that you'd expect it to. Like, I think I get a little bit more height jumping off of this than I would just jumping normally. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, let's go up. Okay, more solar panels. Another teleporter section. Oh, and we can go even further. There's a log.
I said my piece. Looking back, these last few sessions have been the most difficult. And the most fun I've had since I can remember. Every corner of this place is an expression of some dream one of us had. That's gotta be something, right? Kind of like a stored piece of memory. Just like Mirren's photographs.
Stored piece of memory. I feel like at some point they're going to reveal that Mirren became Kate or something like that. I don't know what's going on. But I feel like there's really not a whole lot of science being done here. I stick to that. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, a couple of people being very sentimental, being very nostalgic. Which I guess I can't blame them if the climate crisis is starting to come to a head and they are struggling out in the real world and people are suffering. I can't blame them for being lured into the into the dream of this place where they can make all the problems just go away with a line of code, you know? It is a deeply tempting fate, but it is also wildly irresponsible to allow yourself to feel that relief when the rest of the world is doomed to catastrophe and oblivion. All right, yeah, this seems like it's going to be quick, but it'll probably be the same amount of puzzles, roughly. We'll check that out next time. I didn't get to see any more of the real world or Jesse, or they were kind of limited in interactions with Jesse this time. And of course, we didn't come out of the simulation at all. We got a little bit of some bugs that were happening, but that didn't result in suspension of the simulation like last time. And so really this time, the most of what we got was learning that Hiraya was struggling because, as I mentioned earlier, she was not, the problems she was facing were not being properly represented in the simulation, and she just couldn't do her job under those conditions. And then it also seems like there was some conflict between maybe her and Mirren who had an ambitious idea that she seemed concerned about. I don't know if she was concerned about it ethically. I don't know if she was concerned about it logistically, but she seemed to really not like the idea. And I assume as we get closer to Mirren's hub, we will learn more about what this ambitious idea was and whether or not it worked. We'll learn more about this delicate device, this machine that is supposed to help with the climate crisis, but you know, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Hopefully we'll learn more about that, and we'll see what additional puzzles are in store for us next time on Viewfinder.